Hey everyone, Sly47 here. I've got Sou1fire Games with me to rank all of the tier 10 battleships in World of Warships Blitz. How are you doing, Sou1fire?
Good. How you doing today, Sly?
I'm doing good. I've got an energy drink. We're about to rank some tier 10 battleships and see how spicy the takes are.
Fair enough. I found my fourth or fifth cup of coffee, so I'm all like vibrating here in the chair. Let's do this.
Let's get it going. Well, make sure to go over and give Sou1fire Games some love over on his YouTube channel. He actually hosts, or not hosts, watches a bunch of the SOS, the GBRT, Trident, all the different tournaments in Blitz. That it's just awesome to go watch, and he has a wealth of knowledge and capabilities under him. He has actually been in many tournaments as well, so he has that. So if you're wanting to learn how to min-max battleships, definitely go over and check out his videos. He does some great walkthroughs on many of his gameplays. So let's start off. We are actually already scrubbed the board. But first up to bat, we actually have a hard one. I think both of us talked about. We were like, where the crap do we put this? Blk Montana. So far, where are you thinking?
So the question is with Blk Montana, you've got radar, you got speed boost, and you got the spotter plane. Does that make it any better than regular Montana? Because I love the rapid reload on Montana. So how much do we treasure that radar? You know, like I said, the speed boost is fantastic. It's a radar too, so you got 8.1 kilometers for
Yeah.
it. That's not bad. Uh, with the scout plane up, your range goes up to what 16 and 3/4 kilometers or something dumb like that. So I could make the and a little foreshadowing. I can make the argument that Blk Montana is a competitive ship,
I'd agree with
especially
you.
if you're tuning up with, say, maybe a Louisiana or another CV. Get that other CV spotted, pop that scout plane, and nuke that CV.
Oh yeah. The capability of the amount of guns the Montana has, because it does have quite a good broadside, and then having that range along with the speed, you're allowed to get it in early positions that allow you to make some key critical plays on cruisers, allowing you to dunk on them incredibly well, or a key critical play on a random CV that has decided to maybe move up a little bit, and now all of a sudden the CV sniping them, you and potentially another Blk Montana or a Black Yamato are sniping it as well, and you're removing it across the field because of just how much firepower you have. It's
Exactly. And then when you can throw on Oldendorf onto this bad boy, you can do some silly broadsides with this ship.
oh yeah, you can do some insane things. Oh man, I know Montana is like kind of basic, but Black Montana I always view it as an upgrade.
Like I said, I'm one of the silly guys. I really like the scout plane and an engine accelerator on a battleship just to help you reposition that much faster it's I think it's overlooked by a lot of players.
I could agree with that. It's
So
it's a
that's about
surprise.
where, yeah, it is. And like I said, that's about where I think Black Montana is. I think it sits right in competitive.
So going completely out of order because we forgot to absolutely rearrange this. Blk Columbo. So I love the Columbo in general. What's your thoughts on this? On the Columbo in general, Soulfire?
Oh, the Columbo it's a fantastic ship. It's a fantastic ship. And I remember busting on you when this thing released and saying how much we were going to miss the scout plane from the tech tree version of it. Oh, I was so wrong. It was such a bad take on my part. When I got my hands on the ship to play it, oh my god, this thing is fantastic.
I'm going to be completely opposite of you. Black Columbo is a massive downgrade to me.
Oh,
Massive downgrade.
I just jumped in it, and for just to do some different play, different things with it. I've played around with Cincinnati with Sat Plus on it just for, and it's neck and neck with Columbo for me. It's right there with Columbo, and it's going to be a little foreshadowing, but I put this thing right in competitive as well.
Okay, I actually put it in playable just because a it's a premium. You have to buy it. and B, it's a direct downgrade, in my opinion, to the Columbo. So I was like, actually, I want to put it in playable so they can maybe change it up because it really is a ship that
That's
it's
that's a that's a fair
the
point you have there.
especially when you realize that scout plane actually increases your accuracy. So as much as you're getting precise aim, it's like, hey, actually, you already have basically a precise aim and you have a range increase. So it's like, why would I like? Yes, it's still a Columbo. It will still nuke DDs. It's still a powerhouse. You can still do that, and you won't have to do it grinding if that's what you really want. But I'd still say the range increase and everything that the regular Columbo has. It's like, but why? That's my take. That's why I put mine. I have it in playable for my notes because it's just like, why would you pick
I don't
that?
know. I mean, I know a lot of people call it, a shotgun ship with the 16. With your the amount of guns you're shooting off is kind of shotgun. It's surprisingly accurate to begin with. So yeah, you know what? I'll give you this one because having the scout plane increase the range up and catching that last kiting cruiser or whoever. But these guns are so good on these ships. So I could give you this one. That it's a to me it's a high playable ship,
Okay,
and the fact that you said it's a premium.
I'll give you that because actually I have it at the bottom of playable, like barely and needs fixing. So I'll change it up to high playable with you because we'll be inserting them in particular of where we'd rank them within each of the categories as well. So
But
I'll give you that. We'll concede on high playable.
like I
That's
said, if
just
you understand the shell velocities on the Columbo and kind of how to aim with the ship, it's ridiculous how many like over 10 shell hits you'll hit on shooting a broadside off at somebody at like 13 kilometers. It's ridiculous, and
it.
they're
It might
just
be a shotgun. It might be a shotgun, as people say, but it's still got 16 going out, so
yeah.
you're bound to hit a bunch at times, and it is
I've landed.
hilarious.
I've landed on some poor battleship, AP salvo off of a Black Columbo at 13 kilometers, landed like 12, 13 shell hits on them, and it's just like it's the nuke button from Call of Duty.
Yeah. If you can, especially like I've seen Kremlins be like, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna peek my bow. I'll do that." I'm like, "That's a juicy bow for me. I'm gonna feed. I'm gonna eat well today."
Absolutely. So yeah, I guess to me it's and like I said, I didn't really necessarily think of it being a premium ship that because you got to pay for it. Let's not put it in competitive. Let's pop it right into playable.
Yeah, I especially when you can get one for free and the line overall outside of the tier 7, realistically the line is perfectly playable if not competitive and such, so it goes all the way up there. It's like this is an easy grind. It's like, why not do it? It's like
Oh,
it's like
that
whenever anything comes out for like whenever they come out with maybe a black St. Vincent or something like that, it's like, but why not just St. Vincent? Because the grind is amazing. Like why not?
that's yeah,
It's
that's one
free.
thing. I'm one of the goofballs. I love the entire Italian battleship line. To me, that was one of the smoothest grinds ever until I got to St. Vincent.
Oh
So
yeah, that
yeah,
was
like I
true.
said, a solid playable ship. I'll agree with you on that one. It's oh, but it's just so easy to print big calibers and 100K games in this thing.
And then let alone when all of a sudden a DD's just gonna be like, I'm gonna sneak up on you, and you're like, I am an Italian battleship. Go back to port, please. Just
I watched
fade.
Italo Emilio this morning try to do the same thing. Tried to YOLO a Black Columbo and it didn't go well.
No, that didn't. All right, let's go to a probably non-controversial ship at all, and I'm just gonna slap this right in the meta Black Republic. What's your
That
take on
that
it?
sh- that ship is now.
Disgusting.
I have never played this ship in full disclosure. Never played it. I have played Republique, and that's a pretty damn strong ship.
Oh yeah.
And then I get to see what all the rage guys do in this thing. And I'm talking all the rage guys, the DD mains, the cruiser mains, the battleship mains. It's ridiculous the amount of damage this thing can put out.
And it's
It's
so easy to play. Because you have the smokes, you're just able to have a get out of jail free card sometimes, and just stealth up and go away and come back and do exactly what a Republic would love to do. Black
yeah,
Republic can do
I
it.
mean, yeah, this thing absolutely just there's no argument, no discussion, no anything. This is
Nasty.
just the top of meta.
And it's borderline war crime if you put Abenyeyu on it too as well. Like it's just all of a sudden you just go, yeah, I have become God.
Yeah, well, any friendship is a war crime when you put him on there. Anything with rapid reload and a good AP alpha, oh, he is the commander to have for that ship.
Oh yeah, we'll get to a few more of them. We'll be talking about Abenyeyu on that one. Now going to a different black ship that I'm kind of interested to see how your take on this one because my take I think is going to be kind of like, I don't know, it's better. Black Kurfurst.
Black Kurfurst. I mean, I love Grosser Kurfurst. It's the definition. If you look up tank in the dictionary, it's the picture of Grosser Kurfurst is right there. They gave this one the Roma treatment, so we got the little precise aim one, the rapid reload one. But I don't see it being a upgrade over the tech tree. I really don't.
It
To
does have that
me,
fourth heal.
it does.
Ooh, you're not thinking that's good enough.
I it's a real tough one for me because I the way I play my Grosser Kurfurst, I've got a specific play style for it. And I don't unless there's an aircraft carrier involved and I get stuck with 4 destroyers, all HE spammers. I always have great games in Kurfurst, and I never have to blow. I mean, it's rare that I even have to blow through the 3rd heal. So
True.
to me, this one's just straight playable, niche at best because you're buying it for one. To me, it doesn't do anything really better than as people are going to see here if they're looking at the thing. We've got a couple Kurfursts on the board there. To me, it doesn't really do anything better than either one of those, and you got to pay for it.
True. I put it in low competitive just because it does have the Roma treatment and it does have that fourth heal, so you have an insane amount of health to snipe and tank in there. And I find it just works a little bit better than the regular one, not spoiling anything at all, too much. But to me, it's just that right treatment where because also that grind for Kurfürst ain't is not good as much as it used to be anymore. It's still not bad, but it's aging. And Black Kurfürst just gives everything you'd want out of that ship, in my opinion. But I will say it's still very low competitive. It's not. This will be at the end of the list, in my opinion.
It all depends on your commander setup too. Like if you have sheer, this thing would be absolutely. I'd put it in. If you're a player that has Reinhardt Shear to go on here maxed out, then I could make the argument it's a competitive ship. If you've just got a basic German commander, I guess playable would be the only spot I'd put it. And the other issue with it is, are you going to spec your Grosser Kurfürst out for rapid reload over other stuff?
That's true. That is true. You're not really truly ever going to have a commander that works with it.
To me, you got to kind of now if you got a lot of commander XP on somebody, you want to play around with it. But that's my other issue with this is are you going to be able to spec it out right?
Okay, I'll bring it down. I'll agree with you on that one. That's true. You're never actually going to be able to truly make it like Roma, where your commanders kind of can work with it. Um, but better than Black Columbo?
Is it better than Blk Columbo? No.
No. Oh, okay, got it. Okay, going
No,
below there. Going
I
below.
don't think it's better than Blk Columbo. That's just me though.
Yeah. No, I just think because of that tankiness. But you are right. It's like you're not really ever going to be specking into. You'll be getting an additional precise aim and rapid reload, but you're not going to be going in for master reloader plus and such.
That.
So.
And the other thing you guys have to remember for me, and I make this comment a lot of my videos, is a lot of my tournament play. I'm the tank. I'm tanking for somebody else, or I'm the weak side battleship where I'm normally having to face off against 3, 4, 5 enemy ships where I'm just trying to hold ground. So to me, something I can tank with is fantastic. And Like I said, I build so my commander builds show that, and like I said, a commander build for this for me, I'd have to like just totally scrap
A
certain
good deal.
things that I value on a commander.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's true. I think I'd go with that. Now a black version of a really solid ship, Black Yamato. I I can never make Yamato classes work. So what's your take?
okay, this is gonna be maybe some people are gonna find this to be the funniest thing ever. One of my favorite two skills to mesh together is a scout plane with a rapid reload. I mean, Black Yamato's got it. Baji has it. Black Kansas has it. That can be absolutely hilarious. And now this one I'll put up into very high competitive.
Okay.
Maybe if you have Yamato or Yamato himself on here, maybe that could push it to meta. But I'm thinking it's a nice competitive ship as is.
I'm gonna agree with you. It's just good. It's a Yamato. What's not to love? Like it's just good. Just
Now Amato's aging a bit, and we'll get into that when we actually talk about the ship itself.
yeah.
But it's aging a little bit. But like Black, oh, it's it's dumb fun to play. And where do I have it on my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? It's right there in my I don't want to say top 10 of my damage output on my ships, but it's right there with in a good range with all of them. It's just it's a great combo, scout plane and a rapid reload, because you're running for your life, or you got yourself into a you're trying to get yourself into position, and that black Yamato sitting on the other side of the map, and all of a sudden here comes two Yamato salvos at you.
Ain't fun to play against, but it
No,
is amazing to look at. I will say its camo is borderline best in the game. Is it?
it's beautiful. It's a beautiful camo.
Oh yeah.
But
It just by
like I said,
camo
that's a
alone
pretty
meta, but
yeah. Yeah, the art department, like, they knocked it out of the park with that one. It's such a smooth, silky camo with that golden flame coming off the bow of the ship. Gorgeous.
oh yeah. No, Black Yamato, it's just good. It's just it works. It's solid. I wouldn't necessarily say it's better than the other one, but I think we'll get to that in the Yamato take on that one.
Yeah, yeah, it's just a nice ship though. It's a shame that you have to pay for it, but it's such a nice ship.
Yeah, only if only things could be a little bit cheaper. Now let's talk about something that you definitely want to whale for. I'm just kidding. No, I love this ship. I'm just going to completely say I'm biased on this one. Bourgogne. I'm just going to put that top competitive. It's borderline meta, especially if you put Avenue on it. Like it is so much fun. But what's your take, so?
So this one's a funny ship for me because this ship is a ridiculous damage farm. I mean, the amount of damage you can output with this ship is absolutely ridiculous. Um, it's fast, it's stealthy. If you've got Philippe to put on there, it's ridiculous. When it works.
But
But
it was like I know there's a butt coming. There is definitely a butt.
but if you because of the speed of this ship, if you put yourself a little bit out of position early on, you run into a the enemy team flanks a little harder to your side than you thought they were going to. You're
Poor.
a Vermont looks at you and you're just going to disintegrate. So I have so much trouble with this ship to where I'm almost tempted to put it in niche, not because it's a bad ship, because it's fantastic. But if you run into any trouble with this ship, you're done.
Yeah, it's paper. It's a glass cannon.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, this was one of the tougher ones for me to put into a spot because if things go well, it's a meta ship. If
Yeah,
things go decent, it's competitive, and anything beyond decent, you're just like, well, I'll just play another ship. I'll
yeah.
go back to port, pick another ship, and go in.
Now that sounds like a definition of a niche ship. I think it's just because of the guns and the rapid reload and everything like that. A lot of people forget you can get an 8-second kill on most DDs with the HE. People don't forget about that. And plus, with the amount of large DDs right now, you can full pen Regolos, Hollands, Gadance, everything like that, Bazan, and such like that. You can full pen those suckers. So you don't
Absolutely.
even need to change over to HE. You can just do AP right on them, and this thing just murders DDs in the right circumstances. It won't murder them as fast as a Columbo, but hey, it still has that trick and gimmick. But it's just so stealthy. You're able to get away if you need to.
Yeah.
It's just you. I will agree with you though. You need to know map positioning in Bourgogne, or you are going to die quickly
Like I said,
because this thing will get
it's
you in
just
trouble.
one of those ships when we're looking at it. You know, it's not my greatest win rate ship in the world, but it's the damage output on this thing is
Oh,
What am I looking at mine? Like I got like a 52% win rate in this thing, but I could sit there and drop 140,000 games like just like that on it and still lose, but
and you
it's
get in
just
those 4 DD games where you're actually like, hey, I'm stealthy enough. I'm not going to be annoyed by DDs the entire game. You can actually push on
yeah,
them and like that. You can do stuff where a lot of other battleships right now, it's not fun actually being like, crap, I actually have to push on a DD, and they're not
yeah.
going to be able to hold up. So
So like I said, when I'm thinking about this for the average player, I think the average player in this game is going to have a little bit of a rough time with that ship. But I've seen what I know what I can do in it. I can see for those of you who don't know, my wife plays this game as well. We sit in the same room. I can see what she can do with it. And she's not a great battleship player, and she can still drop, big games in this thing. So it's like I said, I
it
don't want to put it in niche, but it's like it's right there where I think I think it's a good spot. It's just it can be so damn good.
Oh yeah. No, I think the thing is that with if you just learn to not push so fast with it, because of course the speed will get you in trouble. Once you learn that, it's easy to damage farm and learn from there on how to min max the Bourgogne. That's what in my opinion pushes it out of niche. It's like, hey, you just need to learn one skill and you're competitive. That
Yeah,
is you're
exactly.
golden. So it doesn't stick in niche. It doesn't.
And if you can ambush another battleship, I don't care what it is, a Kremlin, a Grosser Kurfurst, and you can pop that rapid reload right, you are going to murder that ship.
Oh yeah. Bow.
And
Ooh.
and the other thing that people tend to forget about the French battleships, they are such sneaky good brawlers. If you can get yourself in the right position, they got great secondaries and auto secondaries, and you can just absolutely rapid reload and murder somebody with all that.
I think it's their auto secondaries. If you can get a brawl with their auto secondaries, they can out brawl a GK just because of how much damage output you put out. Like
Yeah.
that. They just
So,
have that. So it's insane.
talking with you, yeah, competitive's a good spot for that ship.
Especially when you put APCS on it, you put a decent commander on it, maybe even Philippe, it becomes meta very quickly
Oh,
in the right
it's
circumstances.
yeah, and like I said, in the right hands, this ship is absolutely as dangerous as a Blk Republique. But competitive, I think, is a good spot for it
Yeah,
with
it
the
just
current
doesn't have to
meta.
get at jail free cards that the Black Republic has with the fuel
Exactly,
smoke. Okay, from a
exactly.
bunch of, I'd say overall, pretty decent ships to the Conqueror.
Oh, the Conqueror. Now,
Okay, my
I don't,
yeah,
I don't have. I'm gonna go with this right now.
yeah,
There's
you go.
not one battleship at Tier 10 that I hate. I love them all. This one, all they got to do is tweak a couple things on it. Doesn't need anything offensively. Just
Oh,
you ever play Yukon
yeah,
where you've got that nice, you got that nice turret traverse. You got a nice mobility. You've got
yeah.
a decent concealment. If they gave Conqueror the Yukon treatment, where you've got a fast rudder shift, where you can dodge shells a little bit better and drop that concealment down a little bit, this ship would be like so good. However, you know where it needs to go because of that. But
Yeah, no,
it's not a bad ship.
people need to remember that the Conqueror, with its guns and its rapid reload too, has I think it's the highest or the second highest still DPM or theoretical DPM I should say at tier 10 for battleships. It is still a threat. The biggest problem is why is it so damn slow? Why does the armor suck? It's just like everything surrounding outside the guns just sucks in the Conqueror. It just
Exactly. I mean, like if circumstances are right, like I remember, and it was like my fondest memory of Conqueror, where I was able to sneak around an island on a grosser Kurfurst that was looking the opposite way. Snuck around the island with the AP loaded about 4 kilometers, hit the rapid reload, and just Citadel crises weren't in the game yet, but I got like 6 citadels off of that thing, and just the
rip
it
and
was
tear.
ridiculous how fast that GK's health went down.
Yeah, I feel like the Conqueror just needs the Vanguard treatment. I think the Monarch, the Lion, and the Conqueror just need to basically be these super nimble battleships. I'm talking like 5 second rudder shift time. Like I'm talking a massive buff. Just so that basically they become the battleships that you're maneuvering, you're going around. Because look at St. Vincent, and while it's fast, and with that, it's better to be around islands. I would love for the Conqueror to basically be like, oh, I'll go out in open water. I don't give a crap. I'll dodge your shells at 15
Exactly.
kilometers.
Exactly, where you can
That's
either
all it needs.
either get the shells to overshoot you, or worst case, where you can move and get them to hit your main belt.
Yep, exactly. Like
You know,
Conqueror just needs mobility buff, and it'll be fan freaking tastic.
that would
Speaking
put it if
of,
they.
sorry, you go. You go.
Oh, I know where you're going with the next one, and it
I
could
have a
be so
whole
much
video
fun.
for this, and I've been wanting to make it. I just haven't gotten to it. But Tovi Conqueror, AP Conqueror. Everyone goes, but the HE is so good. No, shut up. AP CS Plus on Conqueror. I know some people would be like, put it on St. Vincent. Yeah, I know St. Vincent, St. Vincent. Who gives a shit? Pardon my French there, but who gives a crap? Tovi Conqueror. I even hate to say this. It just moves it to playable. It's stupid fun. But dear lord, it's still the mobility. Like God. But now at 11 kilometers, your AP does the exact same thing that you just said that your AP does at 4 kilometers. It is
Yeah, I mean,
devastatingly good.
I remember when you were asking when you first unlocked Conqueror. This is what, 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago now. When you first unlocked it, you asked like, "Hey, what do I do with this?" It's like HE spam from this range, and everything from this range under its AP.
Yep. It works.
Tovi, British AP. Everybody underestimates British AP. British AP is so strong, and putting Tovi on there, giving it that little extra sustain and pen power. Oh, it's crazy. So yeah, I definitely agree. You could put it right up into playable with Tovi on there. The question is, do you want to put Tovi on there? But it's doable.
I've
Or if you,
made Tovi my incomparable Conqueror, Vanguard, Black Monarch, and Repulse Commander. Like that. And those ships are now just so good.
if you want to do something really dirty, Sly,
Yeah.
you have Tovi on Conqueror, and when they give out a free AP camo in the mail,
Oh yeah.
drop the AP camo on that thing, and it's oh,
Oh yeah. No, I've seen some
it's
games from Steve doing that, and I'm like, God, I thought I was having good games of 120k. He's like, I just dropped 150 by accident. I'm like,
I
aim
mean,
scrub confirmed.
the, the thing that you got to remember about this is, and I'd have to look and make sure what it is, but Granddad has the world record in this ship, in Conqueror, and this is before Tovi even came out. Let me pop that up real quick. But it's before Tovi came out, and he was just doing AP Conqueror. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Just Goliath.
Yeah, the AP on HMS, a lot of people don't realize it doesn't have the great AP pen post like 9 kilometers, 8 9 kilometers. APCS kind of extends that, but you actually have some pretty decent pen, like really
But
good pen
I
at
want to
that
say
close range.
you got such great pen, but I want to say Granddad's got the record in Conqueror at what, 215,000 or something dumb like that, and he did it all with
AP.
mostly AP.
Oh man, I switch in between the Conqueror.
Oh no,
I
I'm
try to.
sorry.
Oh
I'm
no,
sorry. Steve took the record. It's 196,000.
Steve's broken. Steve's broken. Steve. Oh
Yeah,
man.
we want to talk about nerfs and buffs. We need to nerf Steve. But let's look at it. He did 176,000 with his main guns, and 153,000 of it was with AP.
Yeah, like that's just
Don't sleep
nuts.
on British AP, people.
No, 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 no. Oh man, I think we've talked enough on Conqueror.